Why do marriages break down? Marriages break down because people abandon so many areas that they need to observe for success. And some of those areas are respect. Some of those areas are compassion, understanding, trust, managing your tongue and what you say about one another in front of your back and behind your back. Assalamu alaikum, peace. It's Fatimah, Coach Fatimah with OutstandingPersonalRelationships.com. Well, I'm 1/3 of OutstandingPersonalRelationships.com. And in this video, I really wanted to talk to you all about abandonment issues in polygyny and why sometimes polygyny fails. It's like any other marriage, although it's a different form of marriage. And we all know that. Why do marriages break down? Marriages break down because people abandon so many areas that they need to observe for success. And some of those areas are respect. Some of those areas are compassion, understanding, trust, managing your tongue and what you say about one another in front of your back and behind your back. The miscommunication, the not owning our feelings, and not taking accountability and being self-aware of how we show up in the lives of ourselves, in our own life, and the lives of others. It's so difficult sometimes to talk about these things. However, when we're hurting, when we feel as though we're not being considered, sometimes we hurt back. Sometimes we lash out or strike at the wrong person and we take it out on the wrong person. I remember my grandmother telling me something when I was very young. She said, sometimes you got to watch the people that you love because you're not going to let your enemy get close to you because they're clear. You know who they are. And I was confused as a child, like I've been many times when she would tell me things, but I got it as I got older. And I had to learn how to manage my tongue and what I said and what I didn't say. And so many people in my family, just as human beings, we just have to do that. We have to be mindful of what we say, how we communicate, how we respect, how we disrespect, how we support, how we're able to sit down and actually have a hard conversation with one another about what it is that we want to do within our marriage. What are the goals that we have together as a unit? What are the individual goals that we have as people that are married to one another? I know as someone that got married very young, you can kind of get wrapped up in the identity of your husband or the identity of the marriage of you all together, the union, and you forget about your own individuality. And oftentimes when that happens, there can be a resentment that can build because you don't really know you're doing it. And if you do know you're doing it, you don't know how to change it. So many times when we go through challenge and it's change and we feel threatened by change, we feel abandoned, we feel like we can't get ourselves together. We don't know where to begin. So much is dumped on us emotionally. So much is dumped on us unintentionally. Whether you be the husband in the situation or the wife or wives in the situation or in the marriage. Because remember, we're monogamously married to the same man, and that's what polygyny means. And oftentimes people get that confused with polygamy. But back to my point, when we abandon those different areas in our marriage that are so vital, so important to the foundation of that marriage, it will break down. It has nothing to do but break completely down because those parts of our marriage is important. And it's not just taking care of it one time and then abandoning the care of the marriage, but it's so much to do with maintaining what is so good for our marriages, what is healthy for our marriages. People talk about marriage all the time, and what we're not talking about sometimes is that people may be married, but they might be very unhappy within that marriage. They might not celebrate that marriage. They might feel trapped in that marriage. And I like to think about what was the cause and what is the solution to fixing things. And we all know that sometimes it's broken and you can't fix it. And Allah allows divorce just as He allows marriage. There's always a solution. So if you've exhausted every effort and you can't see your way through it, or it can't be changed, it can't be fixed, it can't go any farther, yes, that is an option. However, if it is fixable, if it is something that you would want to maintain, just do not abandon those areas that need maintenance. Respect, love, care, compassion, trust, building and moving forward, watching what you say about one another, caring about what you say about one another, caring about how you treat one another. Are you being the best person that you can be? Now, sometimes you're not the best. We're people. We're not perfect. We know that. Excuse me. But the goal is to wake up every morning, master your morning, and maintain the things that you loved initially about the marriage. You know, sometimes it needs some little, refreshing of the things that you love, or you need these reminders of the things that you love. And if you don't have them anymore, it's getting back to that. It's having that goal as a couple, having a goal as a couple as to what you want to do or what you're willing to do to create that environment that's safe for you both mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally as a team. Because if you're married, you're on a team with someone and you need their help, and they need to know that you need their help. And how we ask for help, or how we request, or how we join together and create that environment really, really matters. It's not a demand. It's a request. It's a commitment, to be better as a couple. Or if you already have that, alhamdulillah, that's so great. And I celebrate that stuff. I love it. I love to see couples win. That's why I'm doing this work. That's why OPR is so important to me personally. Of course, as a team, as a collective, it's important to each one of us because, we always tell people don't compare our chapter 11 with your chapter 1, 2, or 3, because the transitions are not easy. However, if everyone has the right goals in place that are healthy, and you have those good, healthy intentions to move forward and have a successful marriage, and in addition to that, have a successful polygynous family, once you get to that point, because everyone's not ready and they don't have to do that. They don't have to walk around as a huge family. They don't have to be best buddies. Co-wives don't have to be best friends. They don't have to do that. But respecting one another and the rights of each other, and the rights of the husband, the rights of the wives, the rights of the children. I don't want to ever leave them out because they matter so much. And I want to give a birthday shout out to my son. His birthday is today. We celebrate him. We love him. And not going to be some big bash. Our family's fasting. Excuse me. That's my asthma, y'all. However, I wanted to say that, but they matter. So whatever we're doing, they're like little sponges. They're watching us. The decisions that we make matter to our children. They matter to our marriage. They matter to us as individuals. So if you have those healthy intentions, don't abandon respect. Don't abandon communication. Don't abandon peace. Don't abandon compassion, trust, and minding your tongue and being self-aware. There's so many other things, and I won't get to each little thing within this video, but don't abandon, the things that are so healthy, or the practices, or those best practices that are so healthy for your marriage. You will thank yourself. Your spouse will thank you, and prayerfully, you'll thank them, because this is a team effort. Can't make anybody do anything, right? But you can definitely come together, have a conversation, get some goals down, and see how you can have that great, fulfilling marriage and create that peace and that safe environment for one another. I'm going to leave you guys with some GLC after I push you to our social media. If you're new, please follow us on IG at Outstanding Relationships, because Outstanding Personal Relationships is too long, and on Facebook and YouTube at Outstanding Personal Relationships. And if you want to join our Relationship Mastery Inner Circle and become a member, where we talk deeper about each one of these topics that you see us talk about or discuss here on YouTube, please register and visit outstandingpersonalrelationships.com/RM for relationship mastery. Leave you with GLC like I promised. Make sure that you're growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. Once again, I'm Coach Fatimah. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. I'm pulling for you. We're all pulling for you. Yeah. See you next time. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Here are 3 ways Outstanding Personal Relationships can help you.
One is by following us on our social medias. Follow us on IG at Outstanding Relationships, and on Facebook and YouTube at Outstanding Personal Relationships. And make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell.
Number 2, make sure you head over to outstandingpersonalrelationships.com and subscribe to the email list. From there, you will get downloads as well as updates, any and all updates. And you also get an update on the release of our new book, Let's Talk Polygyny, Uncensored.
Number 3, if you are serious about polygyny relationships and really developing fulfillment and happiness, make sure you register for our Relationship Mastery Inner Circle, which is members only, which includes downloads. It includes access to us live on a weekly basis. So that's at outstandingpersonalrelationships.com/RM. We'll see you soon. Assalamu alaikum.
Peace.